checking a hive today for our queen and just checking on general health of the hive. Use a little bit of smoke. Let's chase the bees down into the hive. A couple of gentle puffs of smoke. Now we've got the queen excluder. Alright, so just checking, first frame, nothing on there. Putting that one aside, down in the spare box. Okay, going across to the next frame.
Got a bit of wax.
Yeah, they've actually used propolis to hold it together. Just having a quick look. There's nothing in this frame. Used a tiny bit of pollen, and they've started to put a little bit of honey into this frame as well. And there's a hive beetle that we're squashing.
Lucky we went through this.
You don't want hive beetles in our hive. Hopefully very soon we'll have our beetle trap. Okay, so a couple of bees not very happy about us being here.
Yep.
Use a tiny bit more smoke.
It's quite busy in those middle frames.
Yeah, well that's where the brood is. And we're hoping that we find the queen. So chase them down a little bit. Alright. We're just moving across, and you can see where they've capped a bit of honey there. And pull that one up. See all that capped honey, and then all the honey and pollen that's in there. So that's all the food for the bees. I'll spin him around. On this side, there isn't any on that side.
They've been eating the wax.
Yeah, they do that so that they can travel from one side to the other. So I'll put it back in exactly the way they have it. And as we put all the frames back in, separate this one.
How do you know that the queen, like how can you see the queen?
Okay, well we're going to have a look for the queen today.
Wouldn't the queen look like all the others?
No, the queen's bigger.
Oh.
Alright, so we're looking on here, we've got more capped honey, that's food for the bees. And we've got honey that isn't capped in there as well.
They're filling that up.
Right, so what we're looking for is a much bigger bee than the others. So keep an eye out.
Hey Dad, look at that group of bees over there.
Yep.
Looks like they're having a little snack.
Yeah. No, that's, well they build that wax. Alright, see all the honey that they're building there? And they've added that honey in, they've capped the honey up the top. Okay, and they've got pollen in there as well. So pollen's their food. Just very carefully put that one back in.
Dad, the smoke's spitting in my face a bit.
Maybe a smoker. Rightio, so let's have a look at the next one. Just separate it gently. Alright, And what this comb is here, this wax, is called burr comb. Alright, just going to grab my frame grabber.
Your trusty frame grabber.
These in process.
Oh wow.
Alright, so now you can see where we have capped brood. Alright, we're looking for the queen while we're on this side.
Well,
Very busy?
I'd say the queen's already been here.
Yes, she has already been here, that's correct. Whoops, don't want that to happen. I'll just take that off for a sec. Hold it this way. Alright, so we've got beautiful capped brood on both sides. And we've got honey up above, so we've got lots of food. Okay.
Why is some of the capped honey lighter than other bits?
Yeah, that's normal. That's what I'm going to do is just pop that one back in. Hopefully we don't hurt any bees on the way down. So we still haven't seen the queen as yet. We're still looking. Right, so we're just separating the frames. And we'll pull that one up. Squashed any bees. Alright, so we're just looking. Some of those bigger ones are drone cells.
Why is some of it brown and some of it white?
Well, the white stuff is where the honey is. Okay, you can see a bee's bottom. Hold it steady. Bee's bottom here. Alright, and he's or she's in the cell at the moment, working that cell. Okay, quite a bit going on. And have a look on the other side. And look at all that brood. That is amazing. Yes, it is. There's some dark and light. I'm not too sure, but they're all the same. That could be because it's a little bit younger than the other one. But that's all beautiful brood. So it means that we're going to have a very busy hive in a couple of weeks.
He'll be sticking his head in.
Yep. So they're busy working on it. And hopefully on the next one we might actually see the queen. Just because we're in there doesn't necessarily mean that we're actually going to find the queen either. Try not to squash it up too much. Use our hive tool again just to separate the frames. A little bit of burr comb in between, quite a bit of honey up the top.
Of course.
Very carefully bring this one up.
Cells.
Yep, and we've got a queen. Can you see the queen? Much bigger. This one here. See this one here? That's our queen. She's yellow. See where my finger is? Alright, you got a good shot of that one?
Yeah.
Beautiful. That is our beautiful queen. That's amazing, Harrison. We've actually found our queen. She's walking around with all the other bees. What a beautiful lady. Alright, so she's responsible for laying all of these cells, and we've got one with pollen on her legs.
That one's pretty much hollow, that area.
Still walking around. See on the other side? And there's lots with pollen on their legs. That's fantastic.
So that means that this frame's probably the one where they come with their pollen.
Well, it's one of the frames. It's part of their food. Alright, we'll very, very carefully put that one back in because that's where the queen is. Pop it in. Alright, we might just have little sticky beaks. There we go. I think we might leave that last one. I might have fixed this one up. This was the frame that stuck to the sides a little bit.
Is it stuck?
Yeah, it's still a little bit stuck. Got a couple of bees sitting there. Come on out the way, bee. I kind of attached it to the side a bit.
They're really happy with you doing that.
I'm not overly happy, but I'll just try. No, it's still stuck on the side. So we're going to have to sort that out one day, but not today. I'll just kind of leave them now. Try and get them to kind of move out the way a little bit. So I can squash anyone. Alright, see how they're very, very busy around there. They're very calm too, which is great.
Probably seen as the species.
Right, so just move them all over. Lots and lots and lots of capped brood cells in there. Some lovely capped honey up the top. Nicely fed. So it'll be a little while before we put our super on top. Won't be too much longer though.
And there's that couple of foreign bees that people are trying to get us.
Well, there's guard bees as well. Alright, just gently close that one up. Okay.
What are all these other frames down here?
Yeah, they're just spare frames.
There's a couple of bees on one of them.
I'll be checking it out. Alright, so we've got a couple of frames to go in there.
We're not
Yep, we're going to put those ones. So that one there, remember it had the honey on it?
Oh yeah.
Right, and these ones haven't been capped yet, so they're just filling that up for food. And there's a tiny bit of honey in this side, not too much. A little bit of pollen up in there as well. But most of it's on this side. Put that one back in there carefully. Alright, we've got one last frame to go back in. And that's that one. They haven't touched that one yet. So once these are all filled up, the Queen's got a long way to go before she's filled it all up. It won't be too long. Okay, let's grab our smoker. That gentle puff, get some of that burr comb off the top.
Does the burr comb, well, what looks like is the burr comb is sticking to the queen excluder.
Yes, it is. Well, that's part of what they do. They're just building some extra comb there. So the smoke just gets them to go down out of our way nicely. And then work down the middle of the hive. So scrape that off. Hopefully we don't get any bees.
There's some bees.
There's
When
there's
the
a
burr
few
comb
there.
back.
Right, so just drop that down there.
Should fly.
Yeah, that'll fly.
I'm probably wondering, what's this big spiky thing that keeps on including our area? Bee.
Okay, pretty good there.
I think we can just
Good job